Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the homestead, Arizona Unplugged. My name is Vaughn. Hear that beeping? Well, that's my power system. It's my inverter telling me that the batteries are really low. Now, the sun has just come up over the horizon, and I know the panels over there will start charging these batteries. But this morning, I'm trying to make coffee, and the batteries weren't charging, even with the generator. Now, I've never had an issue, ever since I figured out how to connect the generator to the inverter to charge the batteries. And that's what I did this morning. I'm not going to name any names, but someone left a bunch of lights on and a fan and whatnot in the shop. And it kind of drained the batteries overnight. So this morning when we went to make coffee, the entire system shut down, which is what it's supposed to do. When the voltage gets so low, it'll just shut the whole system down just to protect itself, which is a cool thing. So started the generator, had it plugged in as normal, and I've never really had an issue with this. But the inverter was not registering that there was power coming from the generator to the inverter to charge the batteries. And man, I went through everything. I can't understand what's going on. And just came out here, just finished a cup of coffee, which is sitting right there on that paint bucket. I need to clean the storage, or not storage, the power room out here. We just moved here, so we got just boxes and bins and all kinds of stuff everywhere. It's getting to the point where I can't even work. It's like I can't find my tools. I searched everywhere for my voltmeter this morning to try to figure out what's going on. But just sitting here finishing my coffee, listening to this very pleasant beeping. And I'm like, you know what? It's almost like, the generator runs, but the inverter is not registering any power. So what's happening between the generator and the inverter? So I'm like, let's look at the patch cord. Okay, everything seemed fine. I just took these screws out, but I just took the two screws off the top here, and I looked inside here, and I doubt if you guys will be able to see it, but here, let me put this down for a second. Maybe I can get you a better view. There we go. There we go. Take a look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but one of the legs is off. One of the legs is off. The ground is on, the black is on, but the red is not connected. The red is not connected, which means it's only getting 110 volts. And how I have it wired in there, it only works on 240 or 220, whatever you want to call it. So I think I found the problem, guys. So it's a simple fix, very easy fix. I don't know how that happened. I mean, how does a screw become loose inside of a socket like that? But, just goes to show, living off grid and making coffee is an adventure in itself. So I'm going to fix this. I'm going to start charging these batteries. And I know the sun's coming up, but I just want to make sure this works because this is not acceptable. We have to have power when we need it. We've got refrigerators and freezers and whatnot. That stuff needs to stay on. So we need to have our backup, and this generator is our backup. I was actually online after, not being able to figure out what's happening. I was online this morning looking at new generators. I was going to go to town today and buy a new generator thinking it was that, but nope, it's the plug. So my wife Karen, she just took William to school. She'll be back. She'll be happy to hear we don't have to drop $1,000 on a new generator today. So that's good. The generator works great. I've had this old girl. It's a generic 4,000 watt. This is an old monster. I mean, they're much more compact and efficient nowadays. But man, I've had this thing for 15 years maybe, and man, I think I only changed the oil once. I need to maintain it, but my shop is not accessible. Again, if you're new here, guys, we just moved out here almost 3 weeks ago. In 2 days, it'll be 3 weeks that we've lived off-grid full-time out here in northern Arizona. We moved from San Diego County, not the city. We were way out and the country of San Diego. And yes, there is country parts of San Diego. So the wife closed up her business, and I have someone running my business. And we moved out here to live off-grid. And man, it's been great. Oh, the beeping stopped. That means the panels are in full sun right now, charging the batteries. So we actually don't need this now, but I'm gonna fix it anyway, because gotta have it. Going back to what we're doing here, we've owned this property for about 6 years, and for about 5.5, 6 years, we've been rehabbing the old cabin, the old wood shop. I built this little shed that houses our batteries and our water pump. We got our little, come here, see if she can make it up here. Come on, come on. That's our new attack dog. That's our Jack. So we got a new attack dog. A lot of things going on, guys. I guess we can call this the 3-week update about what's happening here. Again, if you're new here, my name is Vaughn. 50 years old, semi-retired, and we're living off-grid in northern Arizona, completely off-grid. All our water comes from rain catchment off the roofs of the buildings into big storage tanks, and is filtered and pressurized and feeds all our fixtures. We're 100% on solar panel and backup generator when it's working. And we're loving it out here, guys. A couple of new things that happen. I found out that we actually have skunks out here. Thankfully, none of the dogs got sprayed, but woke up one morning and they were barking like crazy, and you could smell that scent of skunk in the air. So we got skunks out here. And I knew we had bobcats out here, but last week we saw what had to have been a prehistoric bobcat. This thing was bigger than a full-size Rottweiler. You know, typically they're 18, 20 inches tall and 2.5 feet long from their bobtail to their nose. This thing was the size of a very large dog. I mean, it looked like a small tiger walking through the woods. So we've got big bobcats out here. So one more predator we got to definitely be aware of. I knew there were bobcats out here, but I didn't know they got that big. I mean, this thing was a monster, guys. I'm not exaggerating. We couldn't believe what we were seeing. The wife's been trimming a bunch of trees around the buildings, you know, for fire safety. We have a lot of firewood, but it's not seasoned yet. So tomorrow, is tomorrow Thursday? Well, Thursday, whatever day this is, I think it's Wednesday today. So tomorrow we actually have 3 cords of firewood being delivered. You may ask, Vaughn, you got so much, you're in the middle of a forest. Why are you buying firewood? Well, I don't have time to process firewood right now, and the firewood that I do have that can be processed is not seasoned yet. It won't be ready till next year. And I just have too much stuff to do with the cabin and the shop, and now with the power system. I just don't have time to process firewood this year. So I'm gonna buy it for this winter, but by next winter I'll have the firewood shed that's over there all set up, ready to go. I'm also going to get a wood chipper for the small branches and a wood splitter for the bigger rounds. So that's all next year. That's a project for next spring, guys. I'll take you along with that. But yeah, I'm glad I found that. Now I know. You know, I was worried that there was a problem with the inverter. Oh yeah, and one of the cats got out. Which is fine. You know, the wife's worried, but that's why the cats are here, to catch the mice before they get in buildings. So I opened the door to the shop this morning where they've been staying, and man, he just bolted out. So now he's under the cabin, meowing. Hopefully he catches some mice. I have no problem with him. The wife also is afraid that the puppy's gonna get snagged by a bobcat or a hawk or something. But I think the animals are fine. I mean, let them out, right? That's why they're here. So anyways, I'll let the video go. I'll let the video go here. We'll end it. But if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, advice, anything like that, put it down in the comments box. If you're new here, please consider subscribing if you're into the off-grid home style, homestead, type of life, you probably hit the cat. It's very nice out here. We're almost done inside the cabin. I had to stop early yesterday because there's an electrical issue that I got to figure out before continuing on what I'm doing. We just got our pot filler delivered yesterday, so we're actually going to start using our Berkey filter to have drinking water from rainwater. Right now we're just buying water from the store, bringing it in. Currently all our showers and all that stuff is ran off of rainwater. It is double filtered before it gets to any fixtures, but we still don't want to drink that until it goes through a Berkey. So that's probably going to be a project for today after I get this generator thing going. We'll figure that out. But just living the dream, guys. It's been a great 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks since we've been out here full time. Just so much work. I mean, I'm looking around going, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that. It's never ending. If you think you're going to move off grid to rest, think again. I've never been under that false idea that it's a restful thing, because it's just work. It's all work all the time. A buddy of mine, a neighbor of mine that lives probably about 20 miles away, he gave me a good piece of advice. He said, no matter what you have to do, no matter what's on your to-do list, always take at least 1 day a week and just rest. And we did that. We actually did that this last weekend. We actually went fishing. A little fishing hole, and I caught like 5 bluegill. I just threw them all back. They're all pretty small, not really worth the time to clean for that little bit of meat. But it's been so long since I've caught a fish, guys, and I caught about 5 that one day, and William was there, my little boy, and he was fishing, and he actually stopped fishing and he went swimming in the pond. That's William. He's a country boy. He loves it out here. So I'll let the video go here, guys, and I will catch you on the next one after I fix this generator. Rep and Thrive. We'll see you.